G'day and welcome back to DuckZorly Gaming and our Let's Play series here on Fenton Forest Farm. We are continuing on and we're straight into it. We're not mucking about this morning. We are getting, well, it's actually this afternoon, losing track of time. We are on the big grass field, or the medium grass field I should say, field 26 that we mowed in the last two episodes, and we are now collecting the hay. So as you can see, some of this grass has dried just long enough. The conditions have been nice enough to give us a very quick drying of the grass. So we're going to start collecting the now grass that has turned into hay. So we were going to do course play and do this, but because some of it's dry and some of it's not, I just figured we'd just do a bit of a drive around and collect this up. We're going to wait for the rest of the grass to dry, and then we'll collect the rest of the hay up as well. So we're just going to collect this up, take it back over to the farm and store it there ready for when we get some animals. Now there's a few other things we've changed, minor things we've changed on the farm as we finish that first load collection there. So we're going to head back over through here, do some bunny hopping and jumping over the swaths of grass. So as you can see here, the first few rows of the grass has dried out. So hopefully, with the weather we've got at the moment, it shouldn't take too long for the rest of this to dry off, and we can just get him to come down here and collect this. And the idea was being that we're going to have this guy do the route of driving down, collecting the hay, and then heading back up to the farm and depositing it, which we'll probably set up off camera after we do a couple of runs today in this episode. But yeah, we've done a couple of other things. It's going to take us half the episode just to get back to the farm anyway. We did do a couple of different things. So Smetty, a modder that has a real love of class vehicles, his latest mod has been released today on the Mod Hub, and that's the Torian wheel loader. So we have updated our wheel loader. So we sold off the New Holland and we bought the Torian. So that is now sitting at the farm ready to go. And in fact, that's what we're going to use to do our silage work. And that's what we're going to use some of the grass for as well. We're going to set up our silage. And so we can see whether that's going to make us much profit in Farming Simulator 19 with seasons. I'm led to believe it's certainly not going to give us as much profit. But we'll have to see. Now we've got a bit of artifacting going on ahead of us, I've just noticed, which isn't normal. Let's go out of cab and see if... Yes, it's only the in-cab view at the moment by the look of it. Anyway, that's okay. We can just put up with that for now. Yeah, so we've got a nice new wheel loader sitting at the farm ready to be used with a nice new big bucket. We've got an 8,000 litre bucket for that. We also bought the silage clamp for it, or the silage bucket. And the other thing we bought was some attachments for our wheel loader, which we didn't buy when we set up the farm. So I bought a set of bale forks and a set of pallet forks. So they're all good to go. All right, so as we continue on through here, here's our fields that we've seeded through there. We haven't seeded these fields over here to our right. So we do need to get someone onto those as well. And that's what we'll do. After this load, we'll get a couple of our tractors out, get some hired hands, and they can actually seed these smaller fields off here to our right. The two big fields to our left, field 21 and 22, I think it is. So this one here to our immediate left and the one coming up in front of us, they've both been seeded with wheat and barley. So they are ready to go. We'll wait for it to get through a bit of a growth stage. We'll put some fertilizer on it, and they should be running along nicely, ready for our harvest in a few weeks' time. Anyway, this is the Class Atlas. It's a lovely, very different looking front end, but I don't mind it. It's actually quite a good model. I can't remember where I found it from, but yeah, it's quite a good little tractor. And we got two of these on Fenton Forest. So one with a dual row crop tyres configuration, one with a normal tyres configuration, I think the other one is. But you'll see these doing a fair bit of work along with the Zerions, obviously. And we've finally made it into the farm. So it's only taken us effectively about 4 minutes to get up here. So, well, probably 3. But anyway, So what we're going to do is we're going to come on in here. We are going to dump this into our silos. Now, yes, look, I know it's not so realistic for putting the grass in these silos, but that's what we've got. That's what we're going to use. Assuming it is going to dump it in here. Alright, so there goes our first load of hay. Unload that. Alright, now it's unloaded, so we're going to go head over here. We're going to grab a tractor and we're going to grab our horse seeders, our Pronto 9D all seeds, sorry, 9DCs, and we're going to get the guys over there and get them going. So what we need to do is we need to jump to one of our other tractors. This one will do. There's our other Atlas there. We might grab him and do one of the fields as well. Run over, find our seeders, which is over here, I believe. I'll put them over the back. There's all our combines ready to go. Now I think our friend Smudo has been here, because I've just noticed that all our combines have little German flags on them. So I'm gonna blame him, but he must have been here to put those flags on. I think we'll have to get them removed. Anyway, all right. So we're going to click this guy up. Now he is already fully loaded, ready to go. Now what I need to do is get to the field and work out what we're going to plant. Now, as I said, we've got a big wheat and barley field ready to go. Now I'm not sure what we're going to do. Now we are going to just sow this straight over the ploughed state. We're not going to cultivate it or fertilise it any further. I'm going to bring up the seasons menu and see what we've got in our crop rotation. So if we start with wheat, we're doing wheat, cotton, sunflowers, barley, canola, banana, barley, canola, barley, sunflowers, grass and corn. I think we've got most of the crops covered that we really want to do. I think we might start with a cornfield on here, on the premise that we'll do the next 3 grass runs on this field. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll start this one with some corn. So we'll select corn, and I've just gone past that. Corn, there we go. So we're going to unfold, and then we're going to set him up ready to go. I'm just going to let the hired hand go and do this one. And hopefully he should do a good job. Alright, so he's off and running. Right, so now we need to go and grab our Atlas. I'm just going to jump through all this equipment. We've got a plethora of equipment here, but we're going big, going home. Effectively, there's our class. Atlas, so we're going to start him, and we're going to go off and grab another horse, and then we're going to head down to the next field down the road, which is, I think, it's either field 3 or field 5, one of the two, but both of those fields have to be seeded, so we're going to head on down there and get them going. We also do need to come in here. As you can see, we've got the animal pen extension mod is activated. I think I mentioned that in the last episode, on the farm now. But we're not going to, well, actually we should actually get them started even before we get any animals. So as we can just use them straight off the bat. Whoa, bit of a jump in there to connect up. Alright, so yeah, we will, when we come back to the farm at some point, we'll activate all those for all the pens. Alright, so we're going to head on down, go past the first field here, field 2. Then get going, then we'll come back and collect the other Atlas, and we'll head back down and keep on collecting some more hay. Hope you're enjoying this series and this map. It is still one of my favourite maps for 19. I actually have my normal Fenton Forest farm gameplay is still underway. I'm actually doing that as a solo play. I've left the cover open on that horse seeder. and enjoying that. And I've also got another 4 by Fenton Forest series underway, which I'm doing a little bit differently, but that's just for my solo play. And yeah, we're really having some fun with Fenton Forest. Can't get enough of it. I'm going to just cut through here. Oh, there was a path through there. I forgot. Anyway, it's alright. It's only brush weed, so it's okay. Alright, so now we're here. I'm going to unfold him again. And go back in here. What are we going to do? I think we might do canola. So this way we can still be following our crop cycles. But we don't have to actually start like up at the top. We don't have to start with grass. We can start anywhere through here, as far as I'm aware. As long as we follow that, we'll get that that output. So that's what we'll do. We'll start off with a canola field here, and I think the next 2 fields will do canola, because that's going to give us. We've currently got 3 fields at least for grass, so that should be more than enough. So we'll select canola, and we're just going to put him straight on a hired hand. He'll unfold and be good to go. All right, we'll go back over and grab our atlas again. Right, there it is. All right, so we're going to get him started. And we're going to make our way back down to the field. Now, it won't take too long. These guys will probably finish these fields by the time I actually get down to the field 26. And even before I even start collecting any more hay. So, we'll see how long it takes them. Have a look out the window as we drive by. So yeah, I was a little bit remiss. We've left the cover open on that horse seeder, as you can see there. But he's powering off through there. He's already on his 3rd run. He's on his what's that, east-west track at the moment. So his 2nd east-west track. And here's our other guy down here. He's just finishing his 1st run down, I think. He might be turning at the moment. But yeah, it's a lovely day. We've got we're in day 6, mid-spring, and we've got some seed in the ground, and things are starting to get a bit of a move on. Obviously, everything's a bit slow to start up with. There he is. There he's just about to prep for his next run up. But we've breached that little section. We've got to the point where we can start planting our fields, and now the work really starts to begin. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll have to come out. We'll have to fertilise our fields and all that sort of stuff. Keep an eye on them, and then wait for harvest time. And but in the meantime, there's plenty of stuff we can be doing. So certainly, a lot of the grass that's lying around the edges and adjacent to all the fields can be mowed and collected when waste not, want not. And for those of you that are aware of what we do on this channel and what we love most, mowing and dealing with grass is one of our favourite tasks. So rest assured, you will be seeing a fair bit more grass work yet here on Fenton Forest. But in saying that, this field here, for instance, field 23, has such a huge bit of free space around it. I'm actually thinking I may extend that field out a little bit. So we may actually extend that by ploughing out the field a bit further, coming a little bit closer here to this road, for instance, or the dirt track we've got here, and yeah, increasing the size of that field. Simple enough to do. Very little manpower it takes to actually do that. Just grab a plough and go do some ploughing, and it just increases the amount of yield we're going to have from that field for each of our crops. All right, so here we are. We're going to head up here now and head to the field where all our grass and hay is. So it's now almost 20 past 3 in the afternoon here in mid-spring. So the rest of this day I'll just be collecting this hay, looking after those hired workers. Now this field here is directly adjacent to us, 24, has got to be sowed as well, I believe. So we'll have to have a look at that. All right, so here we go. Right, now we're going to lower and turn on, and then we'll start collecting some more hay. There we go. it's a very visual difference between hay and grass. I certainly remember in FS17 there wasn't so much of a visual difference. It was only very slight, but there's a significant difference as you can see here. So it's very much in between hay. What was I going to say? Straw. Very much difference between straw and grass. So it's very much in between, which is good. Makes it easy to identify. And you can obviously see very easily when the grass has dried out enough, which makes it handy. Alright, so things are continuing on with the channel, which is wonderful. We are slowly getting close to our 1,000 subs. So thank you for all our new and more recent subscribers, and obviously for those subscribers that have been with us since day one. We can't wait to hit the 1,000, not for any other reason other than the fact it's just been one of our goals. Now, did I undersell myself? Possibly. I mean, who knows? But when we originally started this venture, what is it now? It's about 18 months ago. With the channel, we sort of didn't have very high expectations. We just sort of thought, if we get a few people watching, well, so be it. I was just planning on recording and playing what I was playing and just sharing it, and hence the whole premise of it. It sort of evolved and continued on, and which was good. And we've had a couple of little pauses and stuff like that, but overall, I think we've done okay. I mean, we expected to hit. My initial goal was to get 1,000 subscribers within 3 years. So I wasn't setting any unrealistic expectations. I thought that was a realistic goal in relation to the time I was going to spend. I mean, I'm only a casual gamer. I'm not someone that can spend hours upon hours sitting in front of a game and playing. I mean, I'm not young anymore. I have a full-time job, which obviously can, at various times, has a lot of pressures and constraints on it, and depending upon what contract we're doing at the current point in time, it can have a lot of demands with hours and work pressure and all that sort of stuff. But there's that. Plus, I also have a family. I have a wife and three children, 3 young children. The oldest is 12 and the youngest is 8. So there's always the demands of looking after them and dealing with them as well. So this is certainly not a full-time job per se. This gaming gig on YouTube, and while certainly some are able to do it, and good on them, it's certainly not something that we're able to do, and it's not necessarily something we've actually aimed to do. I mean, I've not necessarily pre-thought, oh geez, it'd be lovely to sit back and just play games every day of the week and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I don't know if I'd actually be able to do that. Semi full-time, maybe. But anyway, all that's, like I said, it's a pipe dream. It's not something that I've actually considered would be a reality. So I haven't had to really worry about it. And it's not something that I'm going to push and sort of try and get the growth no matter what. All that sort of stuff. My opinion of this sort of stuff is it's a good platform to share your interests and in gaming and all that sort of stuff, but also to make good friends. And I mean, I've been very fortunate that I've cultivated some very wonderful and meaningful friendships with many people doing this gig, so to speak. And friendships that I will treasure for the rest of my life for sure. And I mean, that's a lot of people say that, and some is more of a fake platitude and all that sort of stuff. But I'm sort of at the age where you sort of realise and you appreciate those friendships, and certainly being as well as that being a Defence Force veteran, you appreciate the friendship and the mateship probably more so than anything else, because through thick and thin, that's what can keep you going. I mean, being able to just have a mate that you can just go and chat to or whatever else. And I mean, I've got a number of people in this DuckZorly gaming channel that I can certainly do that, and we appreciate that. And I really I mean, look, everyone says this. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, but I really do appreciate everyone that subscribes and takes the time to watch my videos, whether it be 30 seconds or the whole video. The fact that you've taken time out of your day to come and watch something that I've put out, to me, is somewhat surprising. And like I said, I'd never necessarily would have thought that I would get to anywhere near 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, we just are appreciative of what we've got, and we deal with that on a daily basis, and just sort of we don't rest on our laurels either. So it's and I can assure you that there are a lot of people that won't be forgotten and will always be a part of my my channel going forward. Yeah, it's I'm going to be careful what I say, because there's a few that have I guess shown their true colours at times, but it's amazing how people can change when they think that there's success and all that sort of stuff associated with what they're doing. And certainly that's not something that I plan on changing in any way, shape or form. I will still be me, and it's one of the things with the way I work. I mean, a lot of you already know that I tell it how it is. It's black or white. Grey is the colour of the ship that I paint for my ships. Apart from that, it's either black or it's white. There's no in between. And that can be polarizing for sure, but it's more of a realistic and pragmatic approach to life, more so than being in a dreamland. And if I don't like you, or if I don't like something you're doing, I'll tell you. If I do, I'll tell you. And that's basically the way I like to run life. I mean, it's I think if you're doing it any other way and all that sort of stuff, it's not good. I won't talk about people behind their back. If I have an issue with them, I'll generally say it to them, and I expect the same in return. Those that treat me well, they'll get the same treatment back. Those that don't, well, they can expect the same treatment back as well. But anyway, getting all deep and meaningful. But end of the day, like I said, we're appreciative of where we're going with the channel. It is a slow and steady thing. We're not planning on becoming the next PewDiePie, whoever the hell he is. I know everyone rants about him, and to be honest, I got no idea who he is. I've never watched anything from him. I know he's got a lot of subscribers. I don't even know what he does on his channel. So I mean, that stuff doesn't interest me. I'm just doing this because I enjoy it. I'm happy to enjoy and carve out friendships, and hopefully bring a little bit of entertainment to everyone that actually does partake in the channel. So if it does, all well and good. That's more of a reason for you to give me a like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't like it, well, that's okay. You can dislike it all you like, or you can leave or do whatever. I mean, that's what the whole thing is with this. You're not forced to stay and be subscribed and all that sort of stuff. And I certainly won't take any personal offence. I mean, if you were to message me and say, hey Duck, I don't like your channel, don't like you, don't like your accent, don't like whatever, fair kudos to you, mate. It doesn't worry me, and that's your personal choice. I mean, I've subscribed to other people's channels and ended up not really sort of enjoying it, or not being the channel for me, and I've left. And I mean, that's just the way it is. So I don't have any unfair expectations or anything else on anyone else and their beliefs and what they want to do. So all I do is just come out here, play the game, try to be as honest as I possibly can in relation to everything I deal with, and tell it how it is as far as I'm concerned, and then go from there. Anyway, alright, so those guys are still, we'll get back into farming now. Those guys are still finishing off with their fields. In fact, what we might do is I might bring up the map and have a look and see what they've got done. Yeah, so field 3 is halfway done, field 2 is almost done, which is very good. So they're getting along. We're going to come in here, we're going to grab another load of hay, take it back up to the farm. So we've taken 2 loads so far, so we've got about 100,000 litres of hay stored. Now that's certainly going to be enough to get... Now this is the other thing I've got to do with seasons. I've got to check out and see what feed the animals will take. Now I know cows will take grass or straw, and depending upon what you feed them depends on what the level of the output is and all that sort of stuff. I have to check up on all of that. Now I've gone too far, haven't I? That's all right. We'll go to the bottom end of the field. Yeah, so we have to check up on all that. I mean, I know the sheep are going to be easy. That's grass, so it's not a problem. Now we can get grass till the literal cows come home. There's plenty of that available on this map, and that's what we'll certainly be doing. But in relation to the pigs and the cows, we just need to do a little bit of research and find out what's going on there, and see what's going to be best for us. I think cow-wise, we'll be concentrating on milk production. So we'll have to set all that up, and that will come in the coming episodes. We have to get our animals. Now, with our animals in this series, we are not going to just have them materialise at the farm like we've done in most of our other series. We will actually be transporting them to and from the farm. That may bring its own challenges with our cattle trailer or our animal trailer. The tight spaces to get up to where the animals are bought. But that's something we're willing to tackle. We'll see how we go. If we can do it, we can do it. If we can't, well, we'll have to change our strategy. But after that long diatribe about all that stuff I just went on about, we've got to the end of our episode. So if after all that you're still happy to be here, which I hope you are, then please don't hesitate to press that like button. A lot of people say it helps the channel, all that sort of stuff. I don't think it really does help your channel. I think it just gives you a bit of a warm and fuzzy about how people are taking your video. And I mean, look, I may be wrong, but it doesn't physically help the channel other than people just seeing the fact that a video might be liked. And as I'm understanding, there may well be a chance that may be removed pretty much entirely as we currently know it, similar to what Instagram and Facebook are doing. But in any case, please do press the like button if you like the episode. If you didn't like the episode, press the dislike button. We do have our Phantom disliker who seems to dislike every video. That's okay. But if you're going to dislike the video, I would just ask, if possible, you can just leave a note as to why. I mean, how are we supposed to improve things and make it so you might like the video if you don't tell us what you didn't like? But anyway, that's up to the individual. That's all good. We're not going to lose any sleep over a dislike. Don't worry about it. And if that's what you think you're going to do by putting a dislike on the video, then you're wasting your time. And of course, other than that, if you like to see us farm and talk about just this verbal diatribe of just rubbish sometimes, then please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. And if you're not already a subscriber and you do subscribe, then please make sure you press that alarm notification icon so as you are made aware or warned of when new videos are available on the channel that you may wish to peruse and interact with. And of course, don't forget, let everyone else know, let your friends know that we're here. If they may enjoy our content, the more the merrier. And like I said, we are edging towards our primary goal of 1,000 subs. And then we can grow, hopefully, from there with the help of you, our viewers. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to get this load back up here to the farm. And then I think that will be it for today's work. We'll wait for our two hired hands to finish off their sowing jobs, their seeding jobs. And then we'll retire for the evening and come back on a fresh new day. And that's when we'll join you back here on Fenton Forest Farm. So thanks again for watching. Thanks Stevie for a wonderful map. This is fantastic expansion to Fenton Forest, the original. This is the Fenton Forest 4x map. I'm DuckZorly, and I would like to wish you all a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, no matter where you are in the world. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and we'll see you again very, very soon back here at DuckZorly Gaming. Take care. See you later. Bye.